Welcome to the Joker 2019 recap. A buzz of uprising against the rich is emanating through Gotham. In a lonely dress room, Arthur Fleck is practicing smiling for his act outside. He spins Kenny's music sign in a clown costume, attracting people towards the store. But a bunch of hooligans snatch the sign. Chasing them through traffic, he is hit, beaten, and robbed. Attending his court-mandated therapy sessions, he was previously in Arkham Asylum. Talking about his troubling experiences of life, he requests that his medication be increased, wanting to feel numb from all the pain. He returns home in a communal bus, where Fleck's neurological disorder comes to light. When he is anxious, nervous, scared, or filled with emotion, he bursts out in laughter. Ascending the long stairs, he grips with his everyday life, not to give in to his psychopathic tendencies. Checking his mother's mailbox, but nothing has been returned. In the apartment, Fleck's mother, Penny, is still awaiting Thomas Wayne's reply. In the meantime, they watch the Murray Franklin Show, a television program where Murray interviews guests with comedic timings and they have a jolly time. Arthur always wishes he could be on, but this is all a facade. Battered and bruised, he has to continue on with his job. As a show of good faith, Randall, a co-worker, gives him a firearm to protect himself. Not allowed to carry firearms as a felon, he takes it anyways. Gary, a shorter friend, informs him that their boss Hoyt wants to see him. Trekking down the hallway, Hoyt talks to him about the Kenny music sign, asking about why kids would want the sign, so he is forced to take it out of Fleck's paycheck. Infuriated by this result, he kicks the bins outside to release his anger. Ascending the long parallel stairs once more to return home, he encounters Sophie and her daughter Gigi. In his day of stress and anger, he finds some solace in making fun of their terrible apartment and wanting to commit suicide. He reaffirms the idea that Wayne won't see her mail, but Penny is stern on the idea that the Waynes love their employees, that he would save them if he knew what they were living like. Not believing this, he dances around the living room, joking about the gun as he fires off a shell, playing it off as if it were a war film. On the weekends, he begins to stalk Sophie, watching her take Gigi to school and to where she works. He attends stand-up shows, seeing what he could add to his act. At night, he practices writing material. Caught by Sophie, Sophie knows about him stalking her, and he jokes about wanting to rob her place. Arthur playfully invites Sophie out to an open mic he is performing at soon. Back at work, Arthur plays the clown once more, teaching the kids at the hospital how to dance and groove, even in their unhealthy state, until his gun drops on the floor. The show is stopped early. This is the last straw and Arthur is fired from his job. Randall even lies and says that Arthur tried to purchase a gun off of him. Taking the decrepit train home, with drunk Wall Street bros harassing women, uncomfortably Arthur begins to laugh. As the bros dance by, they begin to harass Arthur, and as if they were cut from the same cloth, they begin to start beating Arthur. This time, he fires shots back, killing 2 of the Wall Street bros. The last one, Arthur chases outside and fires multiple shots into his rear, ending his life. Arthur runs off into the night. In a bathroom, he locks himself in. Now in a blissful state, Arthur has finally released himself. He dances gleefully, returning to his apartment, where him and Sophie start to make out. The next day, Arthur comes to collect his items, being picked on for being a freak. He literally punches out, vandalizing a sign before he leaves the terrible job. Taking the last of his medication, they watch a Wayne interview about the Wall Street Bro murders. They are found out to be Wayne employees, calling the people in Gotham that support the murders clowns. Penny's belief in Wayne is confirmed. He's going to reach out soon. Meeting with his assigned social worker, he finds that they're being defunded, meaning this is going to be their last session. Also meaning that Arthur won't be getting any more medication. At his stand-up show, he bombs and manages to laugh off his jokes. Being with Sophie, she admits that she likes that the man in the clown outfit killed the Wayne employees. He smiles as men in clown masks pass by. Through a letter, Arthur finds out that Penny slept with Wayne while she was working for him, and Arthur is Wayne's son. Trying to get more answers, he takes the train down to Wayne's estate. Playing with Bruce, he introduces himself as Arthur. Alfred quickly takes Bruce away and warns Arthur not to come back. He begins choking Alfred, but realizing his actions, he runs off. Returning home, he finds that his mother had a stroke. Riding with the ambulance to the hospital, Detectives Garrity and Burke try to interrogate him. On the murders of the Wall Street Bros and connecting them to the gun he dropped at the kids' hospital. Rushed off, he checks on Penny. Watching the Murray Franklin Show, he realizes that they are playing a clip of his stand-up show. They ridicule him for laughing at his own jokes, even though no one else is. At home, he is surrounded with the Eat the Rich sentiment, even deciding to attend a rally for a protest in clown masks for the Wayne employee murders. Arthur sneaks into the venue. Disguised as a waiter, he spots Thomas Wayne. Going into the same bathroom, he confronts Wayne about being his father. Wayne admits that Penny is ill, and she got admitted to Arkham Asylum. Warning him against going near his family again, he assaults Arthur. Confronted with reality, Arthur hides at home, emptying out a fridge as he hides in the refrigerator. The following day, he receives a call from a showrunner. They want to put Arthur on the Murray Franklin show as a guest. He agrees, but before then, he goes to Arkham Asylum. Checking on the documents of Penny, the file clerk says that in the Penny Fleck case, she was diagnosed with delusional psychosis and narcissistic personality disorder. Found guilty of endangering the welfare of her own child. Unable to get the documents, he steals it and runs off. Reading the documents, he realizes that Wayne isn't his father and that Penny's boyfriend abused her and him as a child. He goes back to the apartment, this time to Sophie's apartment. Shocked, she wants him to leave. The facade unveils itself. All the times when he imagined Sophie was with him, he was hallucinating. She was never his girlfriend and he was alone the entire time. Screaming in his apartment alone, he prepares for the next role. By his mother's bedside, he waits for her to wake, confronting her with the truth. He is confused about why she abused him and neglected him. He suffocates her to death. Practicing for the Murray show, he acts out his scene with the gun. The day rears its end, and Arthur paints on his face for the show, until he is visited by Randall and Gary. They heard of his mother's passing and wanted to get him something. Arthur has already moved on with Penny's passing. Their true motive is to get their story straight for when the police properly interrogate them. Realizing Randall's tricks again, he stabs him, bashing his lifeless body against the wall and ending Randall's life. Scaring Gary, he allows him to live. Gary was the only nice one to him. In full attire, he travels to the Murray show. Dancing down the stairs, the detectives chase him across town, wanting to question him for the deaths. But he seeps into a train full of protesters in clown masks. Sneaking from tram to tram, the detectives pull out their guns to maneuver through the crowd easier. Firing into the crowd, they kill a clown. Dragging the detectives out, they beat them up whilst the Arthur taunts them. Entering the venue, hearing that the two detectives have been hospitalized and a clown has been killed, hesitant about bringing Arthur on the show to fan the flames of the political tensions, Murray decides to do so anyways. Arthur's one request is to be brought out as the Joker. After the segment, the Joker is brought out, dancing and kissing the guests on the couch, telling a terrible joke. It turns serious when the Joker admits to killing the three Wall Street bros, finding it to be funny, saying that the rich don't have to worry about their struggles, going off in a monologue about how if they were dying, they would just walk right past his corpse. Telling his last joke, he kills Murray, laughing as he fires another bullet into the lifeless corpse. The news channels report this, and fasting forward, the streets have erupted into a massive riot and carnage. As clowns have started burning down vehicles, the Joker is taken away in a cruiser. An ambulance crashes into the police cruiser holding the Joker, and he is freed. As the leader, they serve him. The unreliable storytelling flashes forward. Now in a mental asylum, the Joker talks to his psychiatrist. As he walks out of the room, bloody footprints lace his steps, suggesting either he had killed his psychiatrist or she had aided his escape. This is where the story ends. Make sure to subscribe, and for more, watch this.